Shut up and sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for all of you to shut up and sit down, because I am talking. You know, I remember a time where I didn't have to say that just to get your attention. You know, if I wanted to, I could have you all back on my side. I could get it. It would be easy. You're all mindless sheep, so it would be pretty easy. But that's not why I'm out here tonight. I'm here to tell you tonight that we will be finding out a new opponent for Trevor Jackson at Danger Zone. Remember, the winner of that match will get the 30th pick for their brand in the Rumble. Also tonight, we will be finding out... You know, Blake, you're announcing a lot of fights for sudden death. Each week, we learn more and more, except you are forgetting about one thing. Me. I want to be in the Royal Rumble, Blake. I'm here to make history, and that could be the way that I do it. But instead, you said, no champions, and then you don't even give me an opponent. I deserve to be in that Rumble, Blake. Champion or not. The fact that I am a two-time champion should say all I need to say. So come on, Blake, cut me a break here. I'll defend the title as well if I have to. Just let me in that match. You know, Mason, I always had faith in you, you know that? So why do you never trust me that my decisions are the best? Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Starting tonight, you will do what Big Willie has been doing. Each week, you will issue an open challenge for the European title. And if you get to sudden death still the champion, I will put you in the Rumble. Lose, and you will get your rematch at sudden death, and you will not be in the Rumble. So if you are so confident, so determined to make history, Mason, then it's time you put your money where your mouth is. Looks like you've got yourself a main event. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and we are here on the final mayhem before the Fight Night pay-per-view, that is Danger Zone. My name is Darren Jacobs, and we are kicking things off with some, well, with one half of the tag team champions here tonight in Darmus. He's going to be kicking off after we literally just finished listening and hearing about the, about Mason Foster, who will be defending tonight in the main event, the European Championship, and apparently he'll be doing that for a while. Whether or not it's a main event every week, that is to be determined. But tonight, Darmus coming out here and without the usual theatrics, has to be said, just coming down holding his title that he's finally been able to acquire, and he managed to retain it against the Linebacks, and the Linebacks are behind him and Black Jesus. But now they need to look ahead and look to the future, because they've got bigger issues to worry about. Well, maybe not bigger, but, you know, definitely a big issue to deal with, because Darmus will be teaming up with Black Jesus, of course, defending their tag team championships at sudden death against Justice. Last week, one half of the team of Justice, AD Nathaniel, picked up for the victory against Black Jesus. Tonight, Lachlan is out here to try and do the same to the other half, and trying to get that mental edge, that psychological advantage by picking them off one by one. And that's really what Justice are best at. Justice love to beat people down, take them out backstage. That's their type of game. They will do anything to do what they claim to be stamping their own brand of justice here on WIW, and this will be their second attempt at the tag team titles. Of course, the first attempt they were against the Linebacks, and the Linebacks managed to find a way to keep them down for a count of 3. But tonight, Lachlan will be hoping to do the same to Darmus with what AD Nathaniel managed to do last week. Will it be the same result? Let's find out. Away we go. Look at this. Darmus not going to waste any time. Straight out the gate, he's gunning. And he wants to wrap this one up quickly if he can. He wants to get revenge for his friend. Of course, last week, Black Jesus losing to AD Nathaniel was thrown out of the ring proceedingly afterwards by Lachlan, who came down to the ring to support his partner. And almost sending a message saying that they're not ready to back down from him. They're not ready to lose. Oh dear! Oh, but Darmus ready to wrap this one up already! Greetings from Greece! Where did that come from Darmus? Greetings from Greece! In the middle of my conversation! And Darmus ends the night, or starts the night off with a bang! Darmus! Where did that come from? Darmus just lays out AD Nathaniel. Not AD Nathaniel, but lays out Lachlan with relative ease. A couple of moves and then the big greetings from Greece, and Darmus just picked up the fastest victory of his career by far. What a huge victory. And look at this. He's playing to the crowd now. He's loving every moment. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Darmus. Oh, look at this. AD Nathaniel coming to the aid of his tag team partner. Well, he may have been embarrassed tonight, Lachlan, but AD Nathaniel trying to salvage something here. But Darmus, look at this. He's on fire tonight. Just taking everybody down. Well, Darmus, we've never seen him look so great coming into a match. This is incredible. And he's letting them know that you may have been able to salvage the win last week, but you ain't going to get the same result this week. And this week, he's just taken out both members of Justice single-handedly while he gets revenge for his partner. And now mocking in the face of both of them. A big win tonight for one half of the tag team champions. And tension is building as we get closer and closer to sudden death. Who's going to walk out as tag team champions in 4 weeks' time? Who knows? But for now, it's time to move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, someone we haven't seen at this point in the card for quite some time. The WIW champion, Allen Hart, making his way down to the ring. Of course, won't be in the main event of the evening, which is why he is moving his match from there to match number 2 on the card, I guess. I don't know for sure, but of course, just because you're the world champion doesn't guarantee you a main event every time. But tell you what, that title is looking more and more natural around his waist every single time. Allen Hart, the 4-time WIW champion on the longest stint of any WIW champion, and of course that includes some of the bigger names in WIW. Formerly, of course, Reyes, the first ever champion. Jaden's hadn't been able to do it. Even King Sam, the man who held 2 world titles, was not able to defend that once. He's now defended it twice, and is scheduled to do a 3rd defense at sudden death with SDC once again. And SDC very close to getting the better of Albright the first time round. He just couldn't keep them shoulders down for a count of 3 despite 2 injustices connecting. But tonight, Allen Hart needs to make sure he's well prepped and ready to go for when when sudden death occurs. And the first man down to the ring to come and take him on is Jax Wolfe. And tonight, of course, there won't be any Royal Rumble qualification matches, as the general manager mentioned to begin with. But however, we will be crowning a potential, a potential candidate to go and face Fight Night at the pay-per-view that is Danger Zone. But for Jax Wolfe tonight, he's got a chance. He's got a chance to make himself a top contender and earn himself, some credit coming into the Rumble. The general manager's going to want top people at the top. He's going to want top people and some mid-card people to really push themselves in the Rumble and want to show and see whether they are capable of winning the big one after they go on to win the Rumble and survive 29 other men. So, a win here tonight could go a long way in Jax Wolfe getting himself into the Rumble and potentially progressing further forward on that behalf. And looks like these two are ready to go tonight. Oh, look at this. Look at this. SDC makes an appearance. It looks like SDC is here just to watch, I'd imagine. I think he's coming to join. He's coming to sit near us here at ringside, and it looks like Aaron Albright does not look too impressed that that's happening. He's got the full shebang, though, the full entrance music and lighting and everything. It's almost as if they expected him to come out here, but it looks like SDC getting an eye on the man that he faced not too long ago for the WIW Championship, and the man who he will face once again at sudden death for the title. But Aaron Albright needs to try and stay focused, and that's exactly what the referee's trying to tell him. He knows that he has to stay focused because he's in there with a former champion. He can't afford to slouch. Plus, he needs to impress now the man on the outside because he's come out here to lay some the groundwork, try and gain a mental advantage over the X Factor, Aaron Albright. And so tonight he needs to make sure that he doesn't let that affect his game, especially when he's in there as someone as dangerous and explosive as Jax Wolfe has proven to be in the past. There's another suplex, looking for one more, spins him around for a third variation suplex. Very nice. And Jax Wolfe, a very dangerous fighter on a bad day, of course. We've seen him in the past. Beginning of his career, he didn't really care much about winning and picking up the covers and getting the 1, 2, 3. He cared about hurting people and damaging them and breaking their backs. But since deciding to concentrate more on the results, he has become really successful. Former European champion, unable to retain against Mason Foster, but a former European champion nonetheless. And of course, he couldn't cash in on the rematch either. Now gets him up on the shoulders here. Oh, and a big knee to the jaw, and following through with a big roundhouse kick. And Albright, slow out the gate here, and I think Jax Wolfe is sensing that. He's going to go for the cover after that. Straight into it. Not going to waste any time. The referee's going to take an hour, though. And Albright finds the time to kick out at 1. The referees really need to get down to work in a lot faster. I tell you that. And now look at this. Lifting him up here. Oh, look at that. A massive brainbuster. And Aaron Albright, quite the connoisseur of the brainbuster himself, but it looks like he's going to get a taste of his own medicine here. And Jax Wolfe is off to a flying start, trying to make a claim here for the WIW Championship. But Aaron Albright not going to let it succeed if he can help it. Aaron Albright, as I mentioned, a 4-time WIW champion. He's won it on 4 separate occasions. Some of them with the help, and some of them without. Of course, he did win the championship once with Jaden's assistance, who helped him intervene and win the championship the first time. Since then, he grew stronger and stronger, won it by himself twice, and then, of course, the general manager helping him pick up the latest one. Oh, and a beautiful move there, cross-leg suplexed almost. And Albright backing off into the corner. He senses Wolfe is in a good spot here. Oh, went for the drop kick, completely butchered that one. And he tries again, and this time he connects. And that was poor positioning there from Jax Wolfe. He just wasn't paying attention. He doesn't want to get carried away here, despite the fact he has control. Went for a Phoenix Splash, and once again missing. And that's what I'm saying. You can't afford to get sloppy, lose the control that you're gaining, especially with someone as lethal and as opportunistic as Aaron Albright. It only takes one move for Albright to wrap it up, and we've seen that in the past. Of course, that fight against SDC, a true classic. 2 brilliant fighters stepping in the ring, testing each other to their best of their abilities. Unfortunately for SDC, he couldn't walk out on top. It took the curb stomp to knock him out cold, and it took a second one of that, to be fair, to keep him down. He went down fighting, that is for sure. And now look at this, big kick to the gut. Big counter again by Aaron Albright. Oh, who went flying at him. Well countered by Jax Wolfe. And now look at this, bangarang. Beautiful work there. And into the cover goes Jax Wolfe on the champion. It's only a 1. And that must be worrying signs for Jax Wolfe, because he's done a lot of damage here, but clearly not enough to even warrant a 2 count. Oh, and maybe lining up there for a big curb stomp, but once again, well countered by Wolfe, who did well there to catch the leg and land the exploder suplex. And now he's playing to the crowd. SDC watching on at ringside. He must be loving what he's seeing right now with Jax Wolfe in control, and now might be lining up for the Rolling Thunder. Oh, but look at this. Aaron Albright says no, trying to get himself back in control. Oh, look at this. Trying for a powerbomb. Well countered. Very well done there. And now into the cover straight off of it. He saw how awkwardly he landed there on the escape, and he gets a 2. And now the effect's starting to shine through here of the damage that Albright is taking. Jax Wolfe clearly in the advantage here, and he's sensing that, and he's progressing further forward. But Albright trying to keep himself composed, trying to keep himself in this fight. Oh, but look at this. We knew this was coming. No one can ever just sit here quietly, and the hero of wrestling making his presence known, and Albright senses that as well. And oh, SDC saw the man coming, and there it is, right to the eyes. A big shot by Jax Wolfe. And the hero of wrestling does exactly what he wanted to do. And he's walked away. He doesn't want to see the ending of this. He thinks that Albright's already lost this one. And after the start he's got off to, I guess he wouldn't be too far away from thinking that, I guess. But Albright now, angry, and you can see it in his eyes, trying to send a warning as SDC makes his way up the ramp. Irish whip. What can he do here? Lifts him up. Oh, and just tosses him down to the canvas as he drops from a high range. Just doing whatever it takes here to wrap up the win. But Jax Wolfe is just not going away. A true fighter we know him to be. Oh, but now he's in trouble as he's lined up perfectly for a big knee across the jaw. Might have been thinking curve stomp there. Decided he didn't need it. He's going back to the old reliable. Albright looking for that big super kick we know he's got in his arsenal. Super kick, no! He dodges it. Well sidestepped there by Jax Wolfe. And now Jax Wolfe trying to advance further. Lifts him up. Oh, and just tosses him down there. Almost looked like we're setting up for the lumbar check. But now Jax Wolfe looking for the power slam cutter if he can get it. Up on the shoulders. The WIW champion in a lot of trouble here. There's the cutter by Jax Wolfe. And I'm sure Albright's had his fair share of cutters over the last couple of weeks. But that one was a lethal one. Oh, and he's kicked. How the hell has he kicked out of that one? Look at the face of Jax Wolfe. Pacing around. He can't believe that Albright's still in this shooting star press from the springboard. And look at this Albright. He's back up again. Well, Albright didn't start off like this. He didn't start off this powerful, this great. And right now, he really is proving his worth in his fourth stint as WIW champion. He's been phenomenal as of late. And now a big kick to the gut. And now he's lined him up perfectly. This put away SDC. And now it might put away Jax Wolfe. Curb stomp. Curb stomp to Jax Wolfe. Then he might have been going for the cover there. But Jax Wolfe manages to shoot up. And now he's caught him again in trouble. Bangarang. For the second time in this matchup. Into the cover. Awkward position. But he's going to be able to keep him away from the ropes. Just can't keep him down for a count of two. And these two going back and forth right now. Real up in the air fight. This could go any way at any time at this rate. Once again to the corner. Once again trying to set up for Rolling Thunder. Sends him across. Rolls through. Rolling Thunder. Big connection there by Jax Wolfe. And now Aaron Albright is in serious jeopardy of walking out the loser of this match. Up on the shoulders. Might be looking for the knee again. Big knee. And follows through with a punt kick. Oh, he's going to take a run up this time. Big punt kick. And now Jax Wolfe ready to put away the WIW champion. Albright in trouble. Nowhere to go. Right in the middle of the ring. Oh no, it's going to be leaning to the side, but there's the cutter. Albright down again. And Jax Wolfe has just knocked off the WIW champion. No! What? Albright kicked again? How the hell did he just do that? Aaron Albright, after a Rolling Thunder and two pop-up cutters, he still finds a way up. And clearly he has an eye of how to deal with these cutters because no one seems to be able to keep him down with the cutter. And now has him set up, maybe thinking curve stomp again. But instead, Jax Wolfe finds another counter. And back to the corner again, might be setting up one more time for the Rolling Thunder if he can light it up. Albright says no. Albright somehow still fighting back in this match despite all the distractions, despite the ongoing offense of Jax Wolfe. He's still finding a way to keep himself in this match. And Jax Wolfe, surely he thinks he's done enough. He's gone into the cover. Is he going to be able to pick up the win? He still can't get it. And what an incredible performance this has been from Jax Wolfe. I said tonight he needed to impress to get himself a spot potentially in the Rumble. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's keeping up with the world champion, and that's exactly what the general manager is going to look for when looking for potential challengers and people who he believes could go on to actually win the Rumble, because, of course, he's always looking for someone who he believes can win the Rumble. He's not looking for people who he's just going to sleep in the Rumble. Look at this! Underhook brainbuster! Albright with the brainbuster! Against the run of momentum! Into the cover! Has Albright stole the win? He's got to know! Wait, what? Well, the referee had his hand down for 3, but he says that he managed to get up before the count, and look at Albright, he's in disbelief. I thought that was a 3 count. Jax Wolfe finds a way out. Well, what a contest this has been, and we are not even halfway through the card. What an amazing match this has been. And now Albright waiting for him to get up to do it again. One more brain buster to put Wolfe out of his misery. Oh wait, Albright's not even done. Albright is furious and begging him to get back to his feet. He's furious that one of 3 and now taking it out on Jax Wolfe. Oh, missed the underhook, missed the double axe handle. But now transitioning into this. Albright being relentless here. And into the cover, he sends a message to SDC. He had this match won at the Brainbuster. He just wanted to make him pay just that little bit more for all the effort he had to go through to win. But what an incredible performance from both men. Aaron Albright manages to walk out the winner. And the 4-time world champion looking stronger and stronger each time he steps into that ring. But Jax Wolfe, what a performance he gave. But it was that second Brainbuster right here that does the trick and secures Albright the victory here in singles action tonight. No distraction could slow him down. He managed to keep fighting, and Aaron Albright walks out the very solid winner here tonight. No denying he deserved to walk. Well, they could deny that he didn't deserve it, but it was a well-fought contest, and neither men are going to back out of that looking bad. A fantastic performance from both men, and we're still not even halfway through the card, so let's carry on down the rest of tonight's card. Next up tonight, we will find out who will be taking on Trevor Jackson at Danger Zone in that one-on-one contest where the winning brand will get pick number 30 or entry number 30 into the Royal Rumble match. And of course, the winner of that match will also guarantee himself a Royal Rumble spot. First man down to the ring is the all-heart Allen Hart, who is becoming one of the GM's favourite people as of late. He has shot up the rankings in spectacular fashion, almost as Robert Hall has done. And Allen Hart, one of the people who didn't get off to the greatest of starts, struggled to find his way onto the card, and since Mind Games month, he has looked absolutely phenomenal. He's amazed everyone, and he's definitely earned himself a top spot here in the rankings. And tonight, the general manager has given him the opportunity to get himself potential spot in the Rumble. He has to do extra steps than other people have done. Of course, remember, we already have two Mayhem participants out of 12 entering the Rumble, and there will only be 10 more spots available. And Allen Hart tonight has to fight just to qualify for one. But he's got a tough opponent, someone we haven't seen in quite some time, to be fair. It is the former Cruiserweight Champion, Oliver Regem, who has been very quiet since cashing in his rematch clause and losing to Jake Griffiths, who, of course, will be defending his championship at... Oh, well, no, who will be trying to get back the Cruiserweight Championship at the Danger Zone pay-per-view in that big triple threat between him, Travis, and James Rowley, the new Cruiserweight Champion. Big contest, and James Rowley not on the card tonight, unfortunately, but this is a big contest. And of course, the general manager has already promised that they will not be in the Rumble if you cannot win these matches. Liam Connors, unfortunately, suffered that fate, and tonight one of these men will be guaranteed not to be in the Rumble. The other will have a chance to qualify for the match at Danger Zone and represent his brand once again. Robert Hall and Jaden, already with 2 confirmed spaces in the Rumble. 6 celebrities have already been confirmed by the general manager, or celebrities, and not just celebrities, but celebrities and special guests is what I was trying to say. And I can assure you that didn't spoil anything for anyone who doesn't know, but no one should know, because it's been kept under lock and key who these entries are. But 12 spots up for grab, and so far 2 of them have been clenched by Mayhem people. And tonight, one of these 2 men will get a chance to be the 3rd member at Danger Zone this Sunday. And look at this big big move there by Oliver Regem, who's looking great here out the gate. Robert Hall off to a really slow start. I meant Allen Hart, not Robert Hall. Of course, Allen Hart and Robert Hall faced for the first ever spot in the Rumble at the pre-show of the last pay-per-view. Little did he know that that was the case, and he gets caught there by the foot of Regem. Little was he aware of Regem flying across him. And now a kick to the gut. What's Regem thinking here? Regem looking really impressive, and there's a leg drop to the back of the head. And playing to the crowd now. He'd had a fantastic stint as Cruiserweight Champion and had to deal with Travis as the Cruiserweight Champion. And the new Cruiserweight Champion is about to find that out himself this weekend at Danger Zone, how much of a challenge it is to deal with Travis. But Allen Hart, oh, look at that! Just taking out the legs. Doesn't care if he has to play dirty. He'll do whatever it takes to walk out the winner, Allen Hart. And that's the type of mentality that the general manager has enjoyed seeing from him over these past couple of weeks. Just seeing that he's finally willing to do what's necessary to walk out the winner. There's a beautiful double foot stomp from the top rope. Very nicely done there by the All Hop. And a big shot there that actually managed to get him jumping. And now might pay the price. Look at this. There's a neck breaker. And these two, remember, the winner will face Trevor Jackson. The winner of that match will be in the Rumble guaranteed. And the winning brand will have the 30th spot in the Royal Rumble match. So it's very important for both of these men to get the win here tonight. Remember, the loser is guaranteed not to be in the Rumble. Liam Connors will not be in the Rumble. The general manager might have that as a discretion, though, whether or not he's going to include the people who couldn't qualify to be in the match. There's a 1 count there from Allen Hart. But he wants to see who can do it. Trevor Jackson, who has been in amazing form since coming back into the ring. Almost could have been a WIW champion, heavyweight champion, had he had won at Lockdown. And the All-Heart Allen Hart, who has progressed further and further up the rankings each week, and he's getting closer and closer to capturing gold himself. Couldn't do it at Lockdown either. So him and Jackson would be in a very similar position. Now look at this. Looking for a crucifix here. And look at this. No. Oliver Regem said no. And trying to keep himself alive in this match after Allen Hart takes control. But now look at this. Or gets behind him here in a beautiful snap German suplex by Oliver Regem. And Hart's in trouble here. There's the discus clothesline. One of the best strikers in the business. Does it again. Discus clothesline. And he might be ready to wrap this one up very soon. Or what's he thinking here? Oh, and a big kick once again, showing off his natural striking ability. And now the former Cruiserweight Champion wrapping it up here, looking to line him up and end this one if he can. The Regen combo connects. Regen combo with that knockout knee at the end. And Oliver Regem is going to Danger Zone. Big win for him here tonight. Fantastic victory for Oliver Regem. Once again, the Regem combo puts another one to sleep. And that's exactly what he needed to do here to keep the momentum on his side. Allen Hart didn't make life easy for him, but in the end, the discus clothesline and that vicious Regem combo was enough to keep him out. And Oliver Regem will now be competing against Trevor Jackson on Sunday for the number 30 spot in the Rumble, but also their own entries into the Royal Rumble. Well, Regem, as a former Cruiserweight Champion, he wanted to use that to get his career back on track. And now the Rumble could be his ticket to booking his place at Insomnia. Of course, he won't personally be number 30 if he gets the Rumble spot for his brand. However, I'm sure he'll be highly in contention for that spot. A big win for Regem here tonight. Will he be able to carry that momentum to the pay-per-view on Danger Zone on Sunday? We'll have to find out when Trevor Jackson and Oliver Regem collide in the ring. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, some tag team action, but it is not from the men's division, though it is from the women's division. Once again, champion and challenger will team up together against two women, who you will find out in a minute why. Because these tag team matches in the women's division, they always go so well, of course. But no, there is a reason for this matchup, and you will see that in a moment. First woman down to the ring, who I know for a fact is not going to be trusting her partner for a second, Sandra Piper. Of course, currently, she will be going one-on-one in her rematch clause for the Mayhem Women's Championship at sudden death. And what a big victory it would be for her if she can get it. Of course, remember there'll be several women's matches there that night. There'll be 3, I believe. We'll have the Women's Battle Royal, where the winner will face a women's champion of her choice at Insomnia. The biggest and best show that we could possibly make, I guess, with a shitty game like WWE 2K18. Also, of course, there will be the Fight Night Women's Championship on the line. Shannon Austin will be going one-on-one with somebody, we don't know who. Of course, she will be facing Laura Stables this Sunday at Danger Zone to find out who she'll be going on to next if she can get it. But, of course, there will also be the Sandra Piper and Hallie Bowen rematch, which we are all looking forward to, as those two will collide one-on-one for the very first time. And also tonight, for the very first time, we get to see Hallie Bowen with her title around the waist. And look at that. Isn't that a pleasant sight, a refreshing sight to see? Finally, somebody dethroned the monster that was Sandra Piper. And her name is Hallie Bowen. A Mayhem Women's Champion, the second ever in history. And of course, Sandra Piper definitely set the mark as a Women's Champion. And that's exactly what Hallie Bowen would like to do. And of course, she's got to worry about that at sudden death. She's got to deal with Sandra Piper one-on-one. However, the general manager has put out a lifeline out here, as the next people out to the ring are Lulu Torres. Lulu Torres is out next, and of course we know how much she's been a top contender as of late. Tonight, these two have to work together because the general manager has made it clear if this team wins the match, they will also be in the contesting. They will also be competing for the championship, and it will become a fatal four-way. And that's obviously going to slim both their chances in half if neither of them, if they can't work together here to pull off the victory. And that could be costly. I mean, it would guarantee the other 4 women on the roster a spot in the Women's Battle Royal at the very least. So, there's that. Very generous indeed. And her partner tonight, someone who was a part of the triple threat match where the championship changed hands. It is Adrian Reyes, and of course she did impress that night. The general manager, I think the only one who really didn't impress in that matchup was Sandra Piper, to be honest with you. She really struggled in that match, and she was, I guess, the victim of double team for the majority of the time. But Adrian Reyes will be granted one more opportunity at the championship if she gets the win here tonight. She teams with Lulu Torres. 2-on-2 contest. It's going to be one hell of a matchup. Bell rings and away we go. Look at this. Sandra Piper not trusting her for a second. She tells her to get out of the ring. Tags her in to start the match. And that's not the start that I'm sure Hallie Bowen would have. What the? Wait, what? Why is Catherine? What is Catherine Albright doing out here? Catherine Albright has just teleported into the ring, and ladies and gentlemen, I assure you she's not supposed to be here. Look at this! 2 massive headbutts already. How are the headbutts coming out already in a tag match? This is insane, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what's going on here right now. And look at this, the beatdown now from Sandra Piper, who's taking her frustrations out on her former rival here tonight. Look at this. Frustrations building. And the chaos is definitely breaking through here. And Hallie Bowen's tagged herself back in before the tilt-a-whirl slam. And Sandra's had enough. Sandra letting her do this by herself now. And it's 2-on-1. I guess Sandra Piper's had enough. Oh, wait, never mind. I mean, she's still got Catherine Albright to tag in, I guess. Who's just randomly decided to appear. That's very nice of her to support Hallie Bowen, I guess. Big work there from Adrian Reyes. As you see the point I was making during Sandra Piper's entrance, that is exactly what I was talking about. Nonetheless, this match continues as now a 2-on-1 handicap match. The champion has to do this by herself. Now remember, she loses, then of course the other 2 will be added into the match and it will be a fatal 4-way. I guess maybe Catherine Albright getting front row seats here, maybe just to see if that is the case, because of course if that is the case, then that guarantees Leah Rose, Catherine Albright, who are the other women? Elliot Rogers, if she makes a recovery in time. And there's one other woman that I'm forgetting about. Oh, Tiffany Abbott, yeah. Those 4 women will be guaranteed a spot in the Women's Battle Royal if this does work out. But right now, Bowen not letting it happen. The Mayhem Women's Champion being abandoned by her partner here tonight. Will she be able to power through, or will this match be too much for her to handle? We'll catch up after the break, so don't go anywhere. Torres, the new fragrance by Torres. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs and welcome back. During the break, we kicked off this tag team encounter that was supposed to be, of course, Sandra Piper teaming with Hallie Bowen. Tonight now, Hallie Bowen having to do it herself after her tag team partner abandoned her in the middle of the ring after tagging herself back into the match. Quite a controversial, and remember, this match is important because if Hallie Bowen doesn't win now by herself, but if she doesn't win this match, then she has to add Lulu, Torres, and Adrian Reyes into the match at sudden death and make it a fatal four-way match. And things are getting heated here as Hallie Bowen has had control during the break and just trying her hardest to maintain it, but Lulu Torres staying in control as well. Adrian Reyes yet to re-enter the ring. She's keeping her distance, and wisely so. Calling for the tag there, but Bowen not going to let her. If she can isolate Lulu Torres here, that's where she might get the advantage. Lulu, not quite the freshest lady in the world, of course, coming off of a match with Sandra Piper not too long ago, and that's definitely going to leave a mark. That is for sure. And now Bowen has her in the corner. This is her first night out on Mayhem as the Mayhem Women's Champion. She's got to show her strength here, if she can do that, and a big boot to the jaw. And Bowen keeping the momentum. She can't let Piper get the better of her, but Piper has let this happen. She wants a fatal four-way elimination. You know she's not scared from multiple women. And look at this, Lulu Torres taking the time to taunt again, as only she does. And now look at this, big sequence here, and now trying to capitalize as much as possible. Beautiful face buster there. Of course, this match just before tonight's big main event as the European Championship will be put on the line in an open challenge. We will find out who the general manager has selected for him to defend tonight against. But now Lulu Torres looking to put away the women's champion. Can she find something here to put her away? Straight jacket powerbomb. Can she connect? Straight jacket powerbomb. Beautiful move. Straight down into the ring, and look at this. Wasted no time to drag her away from the ropes. No one has stopped from running in as Sandra Piper's done a runner. And Lulu, no! Bowen kicks out of the pin. And, Lulu, frustrated, holding her head, wondering what went wrong and how she didn't get that. Tags out to Reyes, and Reyes now got left with what's left of Bowen. That was a big strike, and she managed to fight on somehow, but she's still going here. She just can't mount any offense forward because they just seem to be counter after counter. There's a beautiful Michinoku driver. And Reyes and Torres in complete control right now, and it's only getting worse for Bowen. The more she continues to fight back into the cover. Can she get the pin on the women's champion? No, it's 2.5. Somehow, Bowen is up again. And look at this, she's continuing to get up. Maybe it's that women's championship. Just having it around your waist gives you added strength or something, because we have never seen Bowen put up this much fight or this much resistance in a match before. Lulu Torres got taken off the apron there as she was crashed into. But now look at this. Pump handle suplex. And surely now that's done the trick. It looks like Torres and Reyes will be going into the match I forgot what it's called. But kick out at 2.5 somehow still. I completely just got tongue-tied there. Will be put into the match at sudden death. Well, Bowen somehow has still kicked out. She's still going, but she needs to do something. She needs to mount some offense. She's in trouble here. And she has not got anything left to offer in this match. It's alright kicking out, but you have to keep fighting, because eventually you're not gonna kick out at one point if you can't start mounting some offense. And right now she's not doing that. And now trying to do that, trying to get this back on track. Gets her up on the shoulders. A tiny little aeroplane spin and out into the cutter. Very nicely done indeed by Bowen, who's trying desperately here to get this match back on track and in her favour. This has gone This has been a nightmare of a match from start to finish, and surely Sandra Piper should have recognized the importance of this match and not to abandon her partner, but I guess they're both as bad to blame for that as each other. Bowen having to fight back now on her own. I mean, she could probably tag Catherine Albright, who's just, you know, decided to pop in and say hi. But she is here, watching on, and that's all she can do. Not a legal participant in this match. I'm sure there's a reason she's here. But now Bowen, with an opportunity to take the win here, if she can get it, tries to get her up, looking for the electric chair driver. Lulu Torres, not allowed into the ring. Big connection into the electric chair driver. And into the cover. Torres, is she going to be able to get in there and break it up? Yes, she is at the count of 2. Oh, and Bowen tried to grab her, but Torres made the runner. Well, she finds a way back into this match somehow. But I wonder how much she actually has left to offer. Oh my gosh, she's just going to do another one. Just like that. The commentator's curse strikes again. Electric chair driver number 2. And straight into the cover again. But straight away, Torres. Oh, wait. Oh, Torres almost didn't get there in time to stop it. 2.5, and Reyes would have been out like a light. Oh, what a big punch. She's been taken off the apron. But surely she doesn't have any... surely now, she doesn't have much left to give. But Bowen, showing the true champion strength, I guess, that inherently comes with the Mayhem Women's Championship. Maybe Sandra Piper has reason to worry more than she anticipated here. Beautiful face first on the leg sweep. And Bowen somehow has found a new lease of life in this match, and she isn't slowing down. She might want to take advantage with Torres down on the outside. That's the problem in the handicap situation she's now in. Tried to get behind her, and once again Reyes with a counter. Tried to land her own exploder suplex. Couldn't do that, or even the pump handle. And instead gets hit with a suplex of her own. And Bowen looking incredible here tonight. And I'm sure she could have done with the help of Sandra Piper, who was ready to put the match away. She had already landed the triple headbutt barrage. But then all of a sudden, Bowen decided to tag her in as she was lining up for the tilt-a-wall slam. And Bowen decided she didn't need her help, and therefore Sandra Piper was not willing to offer it to her. She has abandoned her here tonight, and now Bowen in a 2-on-1 handicap match has to make sure that it just stays her and Piper at sudden death. And now wrenching away on the leg. And now brought back up to her feet. What can she do here? She has her up on the shoulders again, looking for another aeroplane spin TKO. If she can do it, big connection on the TKO. And now trying to tag out, trying to get to Lulu, but both of them retreat. Lulu pulls the Reyes out of the ring, and that might have been the smart decision, as Reyes is under heavy fire now. And that's given her the space to mount some offense of her own. Look at this, twisting of the arm. Very nice hold here. Oh, look at this submission hold. Right next to the rope, though, and she's managed to reach out and grab it. And more than one person in the audience, as we'd usually expect. One more person than a usual audience we're expecting here from, as Catherine Albright felt that she needed to come and see what the action would be in this match. I guess she knew that things would get heated, and it definitely has done that. Oh, and now turn her around. What's she thinking here? Oh, look at this! From the corner! Straight away getting her into it! Look at this! Electric chair driver in the middle of the ring! Electric chair driver! What a move! And into the cover! Is Reyes going to be able to get there and break it up in time? She didn't need to. Lulu Torres kicks out. What a move! Electric chair driver from out of the corner, and there's a big series of elbow drops. Well, Bowen, if she was losing the control or didn't have it to begin with, she's definitely brought it back in this match. And as my voice is disappearing after a long day's work, it looks like this match is still undetermined on who's going to walk out the winner. I can't even tell which way this is going to go anymore. Bowen at an obvious disadvantage, but she is not letting that phase her for a second. Massive crossbody and a barrage of fists flying at her. And now into the cover. Is that going to be enough to keep the women's champion down? Oh, I thought she'd finally done it. Somehow she kicks out, and the Reyes on the side says it all. She can't believe that they're still having to compete in this match. Oh, and now went for the kick to the gut once again. Torres quick to the punch. Oh, look at this. Caught by the leg. Oh, and hit with an SDO. Very nicely done there by Lulu Torres. And Torres now trying to keep the control that she's earned back. Reyes lost it, and now she's getting it back. And although she was hit with the electric chair driver, and it still could get worse if she can't keep up the offense as she has done here. And these two working really well together here, Reyes and Torres, clearly with the understanding tonight. Of course, they're here for a mutual goal. They know they won't be friends for much longer after this, but they definitely have a mutual goal of getting their shot at the championship. And now Hallie Bowen trying to make sure they don't get there. Up for the airplane spin again. Out into the cutter. She can connect. Beautiful landing. Very nicely done by Bowen. The crowd are going nuts. They're sensing that she's close to wrapping this one up. But how can she with someone just right there ready to break it in? And now look at this. Oh, look at that. Downward spiral by Reyes. And wisely tags out. She sensed that once again she isn't getting the better of Bowen tonight, so she's going to let Torres do the work. And Torres is ready to finish this one off. Surely Bowen won't kick out of one more as she goes for the straight jacket powerbomb again. Bowen's in serious trouble. Straight jacket powerbomb number 2. And you can count to 100. No matter who she is not kicking out of another one. And these two are going to sudden... What? No! No freaking way! She kicked out again? What is with these women who capture the women's championship? Why have they just become immortals the moment they put on that title? That is insane. 2 straight jacket powerbombs, a pump handle suplex, and still Hallie Bowen has found a way to kick out. And now has her in the corner again. She's already seen what damage she can do from there, and she might do worse if she's not careful. Oh, look at this, brushing the boot across the face. A cheap shot there, and now going for one more. Oh, and a big boot right across the jaw. Incredible scenes here from Bowen. And now look at this, Reyes is concerned, making sure that her partner kicks out and doesn't waste her energy. And look at Bowen's face, she doesn't know what to do. She's given too much in this match to walk out the loser now. What a disappointment it would be for her if she does. Big counter there by Torres, trying to prevent her from advancing further forward. Same from Bowen. It's back and forth between these two as it has been for the majority of the match. Bowen just doing everything to survive. Anything that she can. Big sequence here from both women who can walk out on top. Torres can with a running bulldog. And this has been a great night of action, and we still got the main event to go. But these women attempting to steal the show right now. What an incredible battle this has been. Tag is made, back in comes Reyes. And Reyes hasn't had the best of luck with her tonight. But oh, look at that, crashing her into the turnbuckle. Reyes, as I said, hasn't had the best of luck with her tonight. Trying to keep the control that her teammates helped her get. Once again, a counter battle. Who can get the upper hand? It looks like Reyes can. Reyes spins her out there with the neck breaker. What a move. Now playing to the crowd. The crowd loving this. This may be a 2-on-1 handicap match. But Bowen, right now, showing the strength of her, Piper, and Albright, who has just been chilling at ringside for no apparent reason. And now look at this. Oh, and a big elbow. Right to the jaw. And now, back to the face. Picking her back up. Looking for a swinging neck breaker. Beautiful work there. And straight into the cover. Is that going to be enough? Bowen surely doesn't have much left in the tank. That's going to do it. Adrian, Reyes, and Lulu Torres with the swinging neck breaker finally keep down the champion. And we've got ourselves a fatal 4-way for the Women's Championship. Well, look at Bowen. She can see the disappointment in her face. She holds the title high. And she's saying that she's going to be able to keep it. But Piper making it clear she has other plans for the championship. But this is now a fatal 4-way, and she is partly the reason. Maybe she's biting off more than she can chew here. Maybe she's too confident, and that is what cost her to lose her championship. And now potentially could do it again. A fantastic match, a true classic, as we've come to expect from the women's division here on Mayhem. But it is now finally time for tonight's huge main event. Here we are. Main event, excuse me, of the evening, and it is the European Championship on the line. Mason Foster requested a match for the title, and he wanted to know who his opponent would be, and he's finally got one, but he still don't know who his opponent is. We're about to find out as the European Championship put on the line here tonight. Who's his opponent? Oh my! Well, it's someone who's already got a Royal Rumble spot. In fact, he managed to clinch the first Royal Rumble spot that was up for grabs at the pre-show of, what pay-per-view was it? It's the last one, I've forgotten the name. I'm so terrible with names all of a sudden. At the last pay-per-view, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm having a meltdown. So look, the pay-per-view on Sunday is Danger Zone. I know that much. I've remembered that much. Oh, but a Crash Course, that's the one. Robert Hall managed to capture a spot in the Rumble and now has a chance to walk into the Rumble as the European Champion. Well, this is a big, big matchup here tonight. His first title opportunity, and you know what? The general manager said it's someone who's earned the right to be here, and he has 100% correct in saying that. There is no one more deserving of it right now. This man has gone from the lowest of lows, being pinned in just 6 seconds in a match, to the highest of highs, to the point where he's finally earned the right to potentially be called a champion. But tonight he's going up against a very tough task. A man who has held this title 2 times now and is in more confident shape than he has ever been. It is the WIW European Champion of the current moment, Mason Foster, the Welsh Wonder Boy, the fan favourite, one of the most popular superstars in WIW, and now a 2-time European Champion, is ready to make his way down to the ring. He asked for a match. He said he didn't care who he faced. He wanted to know who he was facing at the Sudden Death pay-per-view, because he wants to be in the Rumble. He wants to be there. He wants to make history by being in the Royal Rumble match. And the general manager said, you want to make history? Here's your opportunity. Remembering, of course, if he loses this match, he has to cash in his rematch clause at Sudden Death and therefore won't be in the Rumble still. And that will be a very disappointing night for him indeed. But the general manager saying, if he can hold that title, then he will be going to Sudden Death and entering the Rumble. European Championship is on the line here tonight. The Welsh flag's on it currently, but can Robert Hall get his country's flag on there? Robert Hall, the challenger, who has been on an amazing run. 1 loss in 2 months. It's been an amazing ride for Robert Hall, watching him grow and grow and grow. And now it's his biggest test yet since lockdown. Can he rectify his mistakes at lockdown and capture himself his first piece of gold from this man, the current European Champion, the 2-time European Champion, the only man to do that, and that is Mason Foster, who is eager and hungry to prove himself, and he's ready for a challenge. He wants to be in the Rumble, but he also wants to be champion. He has a chance to get both, but the general manager is making him work for it. And of course, if he does manage to find his way into the Rumble, he will be the only champion in the Rumble. And it would have to be one miraculous story for young Mason Foster if he's going to be able to do that. European Championship on the line. Robert Hall's first one-on-one taste at gold. I completely forgot he was in the lockdown pay-per-view at the Elimination Chamber of the first time round when I said that. But for Robert Hall, huge night. Huge stakes for Mason Foster. The stakes are up there as well. A sign of respect between the two. They both know they both deserve to be here. Bell rings and away we go in the European Championship on the line. Remember, Mason Foster with a tough task here tonight. Although Robert Hall didn't start off his career as an A-list superstar, he definitely has risen to the top of the ranks and has proved he's definitely worthy of being a championship contender. And especially over that last couple of months, he has definitely shown his capabilities to be the champion. But right out of the gate, the champion is manhandling him, applying the pressure and showing why he's already a 2-time European champion and wrenching away on him further here as he works on the limbs. And Robert Hall does want to be careful there that he doesn't hit an early move. We know he has that lethal driving DDT with the double underhook. The butterfly DDT, I guess you could call it. And of course, he also has that vicious spinning heel kick, which has won him big matches in the past, such as the first ever fatality match against Lachlan, where he debuted the kick. And now look at this. Oh, tried to advance further forward, couldn't do that. And now the combination. Beautiful work here from Mason Foster. The general manager has given Mason Foster an immense task ahead, and he's got a tough 5 weeks of action. But remember, the general manager is rewarding him if he can defend every single week up until the pay-per-view, he will be rewarded with a match. He will be rewarded with entry into the Royal Rumble match. Of course, Robert Hall already has entry into that match. He was the first person to qualify after beating Allen Hart in the pre-show. And now trying to capture himself the championship and walk into it with the Rumble spot and the championship. So potential for one of these men to go on to be the European champion in the Rumble. And of course the general manager already made it clear that no champions would be involved, but it looks like he's willing to make an exception here tonight. He's put a lot of faith in Robert Hall as of late, but Robert Hall has lived up to the hype. 1 loss in 2 months, as I mentioned, and of course, unfortunately for him, that loss was at Lockdown, where he lost the WIW Championship inside the Elimination Chamber. But now, going for, again, one of the highest prestigious titles in WIW in the European Championship. And right now, Foster on the back pedal here. Robert Hall, a fantastic submission specialist. We've seen it before. Numerous submissions. He knows how to keep people down. He's a heavy hitter as well. Likes to wear and tear people down. He knows what he can do. He's a mixture of everything, but above all else, a master submission specialist. We've seen people with lethal submission holds in the past, and of course Mason Foster, one of those people, as he's developed it. Oh, look at that! Spinning heel kick! Spinning heel kick to Robert Hall! And that's what I was talking about with that heel kick. So vicious, and it comes from literally out of nowhere. Never know when it's going to strike. And Mason Foster looking impressive here. Of course, Mason Foster knows the dangers of these type of challenges. But he's going to try and wrap it up now. Try and make the submission specialist. Tap out here. Dragon Sleeper is applied. Robert Hall's in trouble. He's done it. Robert Hall is put to sleep. And Mason Foster in the main event this evening retains the European Championship. Well, that's 1 defense down. About 4 more to go. And remember, if he manages to survive the next month, then he will be going to the Royal Rumble match. Mason Foster with a tough task tonight. He was brought a tough task here in Robert Hall, and Robert Hall got off to an amazing start. But when the pressure was applied by Mason Foster, he did what was necessary and managed to retain the European Championship. Now he's second, I believe. That was his second successful title defense. And he knows that many more are going to come. Last time he was champion the first time round, he had several challenges all come to him at once, all claiming that they are the rightful owners of that title. Remember the deal though, and you need to keep an eye on it because this could be an interesting development. Mason Foster, of course, if he wins, will enter sudden death in the Royal Rumble as the European champion. But if he loses one of them, he will have to cash in his rematch at sudden death and will not be in the Rumble. High stakes, but Mason Foster is ready to roll the dice. And that is going to conclude tonight's fantastic episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.